All right, let's take a look here, please. This is going to be page 70 in our notebook. Now, what do you think the title of this one should be?
Reviewing distance formula.
Doing math.
There we go. So, reviewing distance formula right here. Find the distance in between these 2 points. Now, you can kind of see them. They're here and here. Now, whenever we're doing this, on a grid, like what we have here, a coordinate plane, a Cartesian plane, I need to go through and do a couple things. I could use the points, or I could just use my graph. So in the case of having a graph, use the graph because it makes it easier. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a right triangle out of this. So we're making a right triangle out of this. All right. Now, from here, if you notice, I don't have to have the points. I don't have to have their coordinates. I just use my values that I have here. So let's count the squares for this right here, because my distance formula, okay, it's always going to be distance is equal to the square root of delta x squared plus delta y squared. Now, what does the delta stand for? Difference or change, right? Okay, so how far they're apart. So let's look at my delta x. Delta x, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, is equal to square root of, so it's going to be a 9 squared. My delta y is going up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Plus 8 squared. Okay, let's go ahead and do the math. Wait, what?
Delta's the distance you said?
Huh?
What did you say delta was?
Delta means the difference. How far they're apart, the change. Okay, so we have d is equal to square root of 81 plus 64. 145. Okay, so now, for this one right here, so my distance is the square root of 145. That's not a perfect square. So, I'm going to do the math, put it in the calculator. So, d is going to be about 12.04. Like that, right? And those are my units, whatever I have there. You know what? I'm proud of those people that actually, on the warm-up today, they actually did put a unit there for whatever the missing value we had. So, whatever units it's going to be. Okay, in a coordinate grid, it's always going to be in units. But a lot of time when we actually use this for doing, one like a real world type thing, you're going to have miles, feet, or all that other good stuff. All right, so find the distance in between these 2 points. The first thing I have to do with that is what?
Graph them.
Thank you. Graph them. Let's go ahead and graph them. So it's going to be here and here. So 5 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up 1. This one's going to be my 5, comma 1. The next one's 5, negative 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Five negative 6 there. So for this one right here, okay, there's going to be some problems that we come up with later on, and you're going to be able to do these pretty easily. All right, so I'm going to set it up the same way, but I'm not going to use this graph right here. I'm going to use this right here, because we have to learn how to do it without a graph also. D is equal to the square root of, now we're doing the same thing. How far is it from 5 to 5?
0.
0. There is no change. So my delta x is 0. How far is it from 1 to negative 6? 7.
Negative 6.
So it's 7. Difference, the delta. So it's going to be, how far is it apart?
7.
Yeah, so it's 7. So now let's go ahead and do my math. So it's equals square root of 49. So D is 7 units. Now, since this is on a graph also, if you notice there is no change. This is on one of my lines, isn't it? This is on the line, so it doesn't move diagonal at all. So if it's on a line like this, you can just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So whenever it's on a line, like this one is, straight up and down, or straight left and right, I can just count that. And that will give me my distance on that. Alright, does that make sense?
Yeah. Yes.
It's pretty easy, right?
Can you move it over a little bit?
Over this way?
Yeah.
Sorry. Anyone have any questions over that? No, that's why this is just review. So let's take a look at that practice real quick. Okay, so looking at like 4 and 5. 4 and 5 are examples of the ones that are on the line. So if it's on the line, I can figure out the distance by doing what? Just counting it, right? So 4 is up and down, but 5 is left and right. It's on the line. Okay? So you guys have your practice on this. There's also a backside. So I want to give you guys plenty of time to be doing this. So don't forget, like and subscribe.